Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining me. I am Tavish Carduff. It is Intention Week at our Raw Material. If you have not been here before, please check out any of our intro videos so that you can get a sense of this practice and how it all fits together. It's simple, it's easy. We are taking a look at how to develop your relationship with each pillar. Each one is unique and individual. You can jump in at any time, even though this practice starts over at the solstice and the equinox 4 times a year and just does its cyclical thing while you do yours. Intentions are emotional. So the intention pillar is gathering all of the things that we want. And when we think about everything that we want, what we start to see is that we can't possibly do them all. We can't. Taking a breath around that and realizing how many times in the future we judge ourselves for not doing something that we think we should have done because we had thought of it is a trap that we all get stuck in creatively. When we stifle our creativity by being bothered by the things that we didn't follow through on, we find ourselves not attaching to the things that are important to us. 2 weeks ago, we took a look at values and ideals. We looked at what's important to us and we looked at what is important from an ideal standpoint. What could we create if we had every ability to create anything? Intentions are kind of like that. It's the thought that goes behind the action, before the action. It's the thought that goes before the action. And I think it can be with. I'm getting guidance here that it can be either way. So I'm going to leave that there. Intention itself is what matters. When we start to pull together our emotions, like the previous emotional pillar, around how we feel, we get emotion week stuff. When we start to gather the things that we want, now we're getting to the intention week stuff. All of these things are emotional, but they have their different way of expressing. And intention is where we figure out our own creativity, what's important to us, and what kinds of things we want to start gathering resources to align with. Spoiler alert on the next 2 pillars. Resources aligning with intention. Intention gets 2 weeks because there is so much space around inventing our intentions and thinking of them and creating them in our mind, or the ideal playground, that we need the space to figure out what resources we have to make them happen, and then to kind of, piece them together and align them and turn them into actual tangible projects or things or whatever they are. When we align with our intentions, we find ourselves then in the mental space. But now we're just creating intention. Intention itself is just this vast, big space of emotional, creative thought, anything you can put in there to grab from your own experience, your own life, the people around you, do that. Because the more you use what's around you, the better your intentions are going to be. When we talk intention at our Raw Material, one of the things that we focus on is whether we're listening to a soul voice or an ego voice. Both of them have equal importance in our body, in our mind, in our life. Our ego protects us, takes care of us, makes sure that we're safe. Our soul is connected to all of the things that we are passionate about, whether we, have that mental awareness of it or not. Take a breath around that. Our soul is aware of what we need, of what we want, and that voice is always telling us good things. So if you're listening to a voice that's telling you some negativity, you can be 100% confident that that is your ego voice speaking. That ego voice has the right of way a lot of the time. What we're looking to achieve here is some kind of soul-ego balance. If our intention is to make sure that our ego is aware that it is in support of the soul's ability to create and manifest, now we're cooking with gas. Everything we do is supercharged. It's connected to itself and each other, and the resources help to bubble it up and make it actually manifest. Intention week is a great time to just check in with all of the things that you might have wanted at different times in your life. Old dreams, old thoughts, old desires, go back and look at thoughts or ask for images and pictures of things that you wanted as a child. These are important connections and connectors on finding things that you are passionate and purposeful about. If you already know those things, you're probably ahead of the game for a lot of people. There are so many of us running around without any real sense of what makes us happy and what we are passionate about and what the universe exchanges with us to give us what we need and to make sure that we are doing our part to help it get what it needs. I'm going to leave with a little anecdote as I did last week, and this is just my own story in intention. I play disc golf. Last week, getting ready for a tournament, I'm practicing and I was taking 6 shots, and I was shooting towards my bag. My bag was sitting on a line between the street and the grass, and I wanted to land all my discs in the grass, but the last one I was feeling overconfident and I wanted to land it at my bag, so I'm going to hit my bag and then it's going to land in the grass. It did. I did what I wanted. As that happened, though, I hit my bag, which knocked over into my coffee, which spilled onto the seat of my chair. And so I played my round without the coffee that I really, really wanted and the chair that would have made me comfortable while I was waiting on other people's shots. And I realized that in order for me to have a perfect shot, what I did was make myself uncomfortable in other areas. And I just think it's funny that sometimes our intentions, when they aren't aligned to the things that are really important to us, can kind of bite us. You know, that saying, be careful what you ask for. So taking a look at all of our intentions and what they all mean and which ones really mean something to us, that's what the intention pillar is all about. I wish you all sorts of great intentions this week, figuring out your own, and I will be back next week as we dive into the resource pillar. Thanks.